You know, I knock on a lot of doors every week, 50 to 100 doors. I know it's old school real estate marketing. I do other stuff too, but I found there's no substitute for getting in front of homeowners and letting them know what I can do for them, but more importantly, letting them tell me what are their concerns and what are their questions. And what I've been hearing on the doorstep a lot from homeowners these days in this central Toronto area where I work is, hey, we're never selling because where are we going to go? And I got to admit, it's a fair question. It's a tough one because the Toronto real estate market is always tight, but arguably it's tighter than ever. Listings are way down. I'm going to go into 3 reasons for the inventory crisis, and one, which is really going to be an eye opener for you. I know it was for me. And what you can do about it all. Let's dive into it right now. Hey folks, Steve Mitchell here, realtor in Toronto. If you're even thinking about buying or selling, please give me a call. No obligation, no pressure. I'd love to hear your plans and see how I might be able to help you out. And if you like what I'm putting out here on these videos, please do give me a call. Oh, got some work going on in the house, a little bit of noise. Please give me a call or like and subscribe. So great. The inventory crisis, not so great actually. How did we get here? The reason there's nothing out there is multifold. Number one, there was a massive pull forward from the pandemic. Okay, we sold so many homes. Let's face it, people don't move or sell on a whim or as a hobby. In 2021, we had an incredible 122,000 sales in the GTA. It's way above the long-term trend. So naturally, it snapped back. Last year in 2022, we only sold 75,000. And this year, we're projected to even do less, about 65,000. So yes, it's rates freaking everyone out and outright disqualifying some of the weaker buyers from mortgages and sending rental demand through the roof, I might add. But it also is because so many buyers had already bought and so many sellers had already sold in 2020 and especially in 2021. And it takes time for fresh sellers to cycle into the market. So there's not a lot of listings. Reason 2, seller uncertainty. The media is feeding this idea that prices are way down and sellers, if are freaked out. If they're not in a must-sell situation like a divorce or a job transfer, they're waiting for prices to recover, so they're not listing. But the truth is, the recovery is already underway. While prices dropped, below the February 2022 peak, with the onset of the higher rates, the recovery is firmly underway, folks. I'm telling you. The bottom was January. They've been moving up every month since. And sometimes perception trumps reality. And this is one of those times. The perception is that prices are way down. That is going away quick. But sellers aren't feeling it. So they're holding out. And they shouldn't be, because it's a good time to sell. And here's reason number 3 for the inventory crisis. And this one is interesting. We've become a city and probably a nation of never sellers. People are staying in their homes much longer for whatever reason. The turnover has cratered. Look at this chart. Now, March sales for every year going back to 2024. That's 20 years. The trend on the 20-year average is a flat line. Average MLS sales. The raw number is just under 9,000 homes sold in any given March. And it's flat for 20 years. Well, what's wrong with this picture? I'll tell you what's wrong with this picture. Since 2004, we have built hundreds of thousands of new homes in the GTA. Now, that's mostly high-rise condos, but those are factored into this 9,000. But other types as well. So the installed base of total housing in the GTA is way higher than it was in 2004. The number of property tax bills being pumped out by the various municipalities in the GTA is way up from 2004, but we're still selling that same old 9,000 homes every March and around 90,000 homes each year on average through MLS. But there's not only low turnover in the GTA real estate for the last 20 years, we've actually been experiencing a decline in turnover because we're seeing that same raw number of sales approximately on a much higher installed base of housing. Now, I don't know anybody else talking about this. Certainly not happy talk from the industry. because it kind of discourages people, but it is reality. On the bright side of the inventory crisis, if you're the kind of person who just has to sell first, and I get it, I'm kind of like that myself, so you know how much money you've got, then insist on a long close or a yo-yo close, one that you can pull forward if you do find something or push back if you're having difficulty locating something. If you want to buy first and you have to buy first, let's make sure that we're realistic about what you can get for your place and get it sale ready as soon as possible. I'm Steve Mitchell. Let's make your next real estate experience remarkable. See ya.